Welcome back to Mansions of Madness. This is turn 15. I forgot to do one thing at the during last turn. I left a little bubble note, and it was to do with this plot card, which was this card that was flipped over at the end of last turn. And I had chosen 1A, and I forgot to do this part of the text. So it says, you made the wrong bargain. This is talking about Joe. If the blood relative has a soul pact or blood pact spell card, place one sample token on the altar. Here's the sample token. Indeed, Joe took the soul pact spell card. So I'm going to put that sample token on the altar. All right, that takes care of that. All right, the race is on. We don't know what's going to happen here. We have Sister Mary right now in the root cellar. I'm going to have her go first. And she is going to do a search action first off. And she finds 2A, which I think is probably irrelevant at this point since we know what the objective is. It says you pass through your uncle's magical security door, which she has done, and into the room. In the center of the floor sits an ornate headstone. Snakes and skulls decorate the granite. You notice a glimmer of silver reach for one of the skulls and pull a silver key out of its menacing eyes. Well, we knew the silver key, which she had just found, had the crypt over here locked. But with the revealing of the objective for both keeper and investigators, all the locks came off the door. So the silver key is of no more use. But that now gives Joe Diamond a nice hint to where he needs to go into the crypt. All right, that's Sister Mary doing her investigate. The next thing she's going to do is she's going to go 1 and 2 spaces out here in the front path. All right, so Joe down here, his turn now. He's going to take 1 move into the crypt. He will do an investigate. And indeed, what does he find in investigate? He finds clue 1B. A weathered journal lies on a pedestal next to a human skull. You read the open page. I purchased this land to harvest in the dark powers of the cult's burial ground. Oh yes, I attained their power. But fueling my magic with their corpses has led to some unfortunate consequences. Artemis, so reveal the objective, which has been revealed already. And sitting there in the crypt, we find Joe has found the ceremonial skull. And this gives, it's an artifact, and you gain +2 lore. An action test your luck. If you pass, you gain 3 skill points. Fail, the keeper gets 4 threats. So Joe, as an action, could try to do that. Anyway, he's just going to take the skull. And now he knows, because the objectives are real, he has to get that skull all the way to the graveyard. So he had 1 move, did his explore, 2nd move back here. All right, the race truly is on now. And it's over to the keeper to see what he's going to do. Okay, here we are over in the keeper area. And now, having had the sample token placed on the altar, let's take a closer look at the take sample card. And right here at the bottom now, it says, if the monster is in the altar space at the start of your turn, which is the start of the keeper turn right now, place the token on the altar and gain 5 threat. Well, the token is already on the altar, so I'll just remove that 1 token that we put on there. And the keeper then is going to gain 5 threat for that. Plus also getting 2 threat now for the 2 investigators, having now a total of 7 threat. And now, of course, it is time to start playing some of the keeper cards. So as a Mythos card, the keeper is going to play this one. It has a 0 cost. And it says, play on an investigator's ranged weapon card. So we're going to play it on Joe's 38. It says, in your haste, you think you might have loaded this weapon incorrectly. So basically it means you may not use this weapon. You may spend 1 movement step on your turn to discard this card. So basically this locks down Joe's 38 unless he spends 1 movement to unlock it. Okay, so I'm going to play a 2nd Mythos card, and it is Stalked by Shadows. Of course, we're playing this on Joe because that's what we want to do. A shadowy creature stalks towards you in a panic. You run until a solid oak door is between you and the predator. The keeper moves you and any number of spaces until you move through the nearest door. In case of a tie, move to the nearest door, the keeper decides which. So basically I'm moving Joe back into the crypt. That's the closest door. So it's basically takes away one of his abilities to move for next turn. So that's a good card for the keeper to play as well. Just playing that. And now there's still a whole pile of threat here. So I am going to play one token here, threat token, to play Creatures of the Night, which means all monsters get to move. So we'll go back to the board now and we'll have a look at that. Okay, so first up, Joe was here, and I used that card I just mentioned, and I moved him through this door back into the crypt. So he freaked out. I mean, he's at 3 health, 3 sanity. He's starting to lose his mind a little bit. He's carrying a skull around with him now. So what do you expect? Anyway, the zombie up here in the graveyard is going to take 1 step forward and getting closer to Sister Mary. And now there are, of course, 2 zombies over here by the altar, and this zombie is going to move 1 more space closer to the altar. He's not there yet. He'll be there next turn. Okay, that's the monster movement phase. There's no more monsters to move, and no monster is in a space with an investigator, so there will be no attacks this time. So this is basically now the end of it's the end of the turn, so we will put a timer token on this card, which has a 5 on it. That's the first. And there are 2 zombies now sitting at the altar, which means we're going to put 2 tokens onto the objective card. And again, when all 6 of these cards get on here, the keeper will win. So, looks like Joe has got 2 turns to try and get that skull to the graveyard. Not sure if he can do it. Welcome back to Mansions of Madness. This is turn 16, very close to the end. The keeper has 2 zombies sitting at the altar, a third one only 1 step away. There's already 2 tokens on the card. 4 more tokens go on, the keeper's going to win. All right, let's start with the investigators. Joe Diamond has the skull. He has to get over to the graveyard as fast as he can. He's going to take 3 moves. 1, 2, he comes up over here. 3, he's in the front path. Sister Mary's turn. She is going to move 1 space here and throw holy water on the zombie. She needs a 5 or less. She rolls a 1. She's going to give that zombie 1 damage and is going to be stunned. So that's hopefully going to help us out a little bit, although I'm not too sure about that. All right. That is... Now, can Sister Mary move? She could move 1 more space, but there's not really a point for her to do that. All right, over to the keeper area. Okay, here we are at the keeper area. Sister Mary, Joe Diamond, not in the same space, not going to be able to exchange anything, which is really unfortunate. 2 threat tokens, 1 for each investigator. And the keeper has all kinds of threat tokens. He's just going to spend 1, which is going to make all monsters move. Go back to the board and do that. Okay, and the only monster movement we're going to have is this zombie moves into this space with the altar. So now there are 3 zombies here, and he's going to place that sample token on the altar. We'll collect that the next turn and turn it into threat tokens. And now it would be zombie or monster attack phase, but there are no monsters in spaces with investigators, but the stun token will come off the zombie this turn and go away. So that will be the end of that. Back to the card area for refresh, and that will be the end of turn 16. All right, things looking very desperate. There are now 3 zombies at the altar space, which means 3 tokens go onto this card. 1, 2, 3. There's only 1 token left to go on the card. And now, and 1 timer token goes on this card. 2 of 5. Things not looking too good for our investigators. Well, let's just, I guess, go right into the end phase. We're just going to finish it off. So that's the end of the keeper turn. Let's go right up here into the player's turn, and basically we're going to have Sister Mary trying once again to throw some holy water on this zombie. So she's going to 5 or less. and she rolls an 8, which doesn't do anything. And unfortunately, Joe Diamond has the skull, but he can only go 1, 2 spaces, spend an extra action to go 3 spaces. He would make a horror check there. So let's have him do that. A 2, he actually passes. He only needed, I believe, a 5. So he doesn't take a horror check, but he's just not quite close enough to the graveyard. He's 1 space away. And that's the end of the investigator's turn. And unfortunately, there's not much point going through too much more of the keeper's turn. Basically, at the end of the turn, there are 3 zombies at the altar. It's going to fill up this card. Joe, 1 space away from burying the skull in the graveyard. I'm afraid the investigators, let's read the text here. It says, the end of each keeper turn, place 1 token on the card for each zombie at the altar. We've done that. The keeper wins if there are 6 or more tokens on this card, which there is. And the text reads, the undead ritual causes all human life within 2 miles to be extinguished. So Joe Diamond, Sister Mary, perish. Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess way back a couple turns ago when the keeper played that, moving Joe through that door just took away his 1 movement. He was only 1 away from the graveyard. Anyway, that was Blood Ties, the 3rd scenario of the base game Mansions of Madness. Hope you enjoyed the playthrough. I hope I haven't messed up too many rules. I tried to keep things straight. Did seem to be missing horror checks a lot. That seems to be the one thing in this game that easy to overlook. You get sort of caught up in the action, what's going on. And well, maybe it's just me. I forget to do horror checks. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Of course, I'll be doing another series, probably within a week or so. Not sure which game that's going to be. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed all this. This is one of my favorite Cthulhu games that's out there. Of course, there's Arkham Horror, there's Elder Sign, there's Eldritch Horror. I think I actually like this one the best. It's a little more, for me, a little more thematic. You're basically playing in a mansion area. Really cool miniatures. Of course, Fantasy Flight Games always excels himself in production value. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. If you've enjoyed the videos, you give it a thumbs up if you want to. You can subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I'll be coming up with more games in the near future. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. That was Mansions of Madness Blood Ties. I hope you enjoyed it. Join me next time for another series.